Cecil to me is the real hero.
You're still good with Cecil then. So I know we got into this discussion in the last episode where I said I don't trust Cecil. He has ulterior motives.
Mm-hmm.
He is not 100% altruistic. He has other motives, and the fact that he put the chip in his head, that's an ulterior motive. That's not what you can't just go. If Mark can't break into the Pentagon, you can't just put chips in people's heads and have a weapon against them. You can't just do that either.
I think that proves that it was a smart thing to do, because Mark could clearly go off the chain.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that just because Mark has this power and the ability, and see that's another thing that kind of makes you or anyone. Here's the thing. I'm talking about Invincible. He is a bit of a bully, because to me, a bully is someone that does what they want or makes someone, or forces their will on someone, and they just do whatever they want to do. And and other people are just in the way about it. They just want to do what they want to do. Damn how it affects other people. So the fact that he breaks into the Pentagon and starts, trying to choke out Cecil and trying to attack him or whatever. I think it makes sense that he would put this deterrent in his head.
Yeah, but I that's fair.
Okay.
But Cecil is a liar. He's a liar and he has ulterior motives. He outs.
What do you think his ulterior motive is?
He outs himself by saying, "Do you want to be a good guy or do you want to save the world?"
That's it. That's gold.
So he's not a good guy.
Not at all.
He's not a good person at all. So he's a liar. He's using evil, bad technology to protect the world. To do what? To try to protect the world.
The end.
But so that's okay? To just use shit that killed people. And what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work for you and that backfires?
Who was he trying to kill?
He kept the conquest alive at the end. That guy's gonna get out and kill everybody. And who's he gonna call?
That's a smart thing to do.
Invincible to back his ass up, right?
That's a smart thing to do to keep Conquest alive.
Keep Conquest alive. Conquest almost destroyed everything.
I don't know how
he barely beat. He barely got.
I don't know how he has Conquest secured.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, as far as like the story is concerned and all that kind of shit, sure, he's gonna get out and do all that kind of stuff, obviously. But it makes sense to keep him alive just to get intel out of him. It makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
Cecil has the burden that nobody else seems to get. He is trying to keep the entire world safe. He can't play nice.
100%. Is that all he wants?
Or that's what I'm saying. What else do you think his ulterior motive is?
Does he want to be in control?
No.
Does he want to be in control of the whole situation? Does he want to be the boss? Not control the world. Not control the world. That's not what I'm saying. But does he want to be in charge of everybody else, all the superheroes, and tell everybody what to do?
Why do you think he wants to do that?
Because
to save the world, the end.
But control. But if
he 100% wants to control every. Yeah. I would say if he had the option to control every hero, he would do it to keep the world safe.
So you would be okay as one of those heroes he controls. Like, hey, Mark, you're too powerful. I'm gonna put a chip in your head to control you.
Not at all.
Exactly.
I would hate it.
Exactly.
I wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
But I see it from his perspective.
Yeah.
He is trying to keep the entire world safe. The end. When the Viltrumites come. If a fleet of them, we know in the show that there's like less than 50 apparently. But if a fleet of them were to show up, well, shit, if 10 of them show up, the planet is done.
Who are you calling? Invincible to save your ass, right?
You would call Invincible. You would call all the heroes. You would call everybody.
Yeah.
And see, and Invincible became better. He became stronger under Cecil's tutelage when Cecil was training him. Having him work out, testing his abilities, all that kind of stuff, he was becoming better and stronger.
No, yeah. But see, that's the thing, though. That's why I don't like about Cecil is that he pretends to give a shit about any of those people. Again, Mark's family, about Mark, about the mom, what the mom's name. He pretends to give a shit about them, but he doesn't give a shit about any of them, And so
he doesn't give a shit about them only up until the point where it's going to get in the way of saving the world.
Exactly.
Like when Omni-Man, like he died or whatever, Cecil was going out of his way to kind of, provide a cover story to, make sure she had money. He's always so nice and respectful when he's dealing with Omni-Man's wife or whatever her name is or whatever. So I think he does care in that sense, but not to the point where he's going to sacrifice the entire planet.
No, I agree, because nobody should do that. But I think it's all to keep everybody in play. It's all chess pieces. He's not nice because he wants to be nice to people. He's nice because it works in his favor. And that's
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both of that.
I don't think he's the guy with any feelings.
His overall thing though is he has to keep the Earth safe.
Yeah.
So listen, so if Cecil's gone, what do you think is going to happen?
Probably everything gets destroyed.
And that's our happy ending?
Not necessarily destroyed, but Invincible's going to fight either way. So like if I was Invincible, I'm not working for Cecil either. I think Invincible is completely justified in not wanting to work for Cecil. 100%.
Let me say this. If I were Invincible, I wouldn't want to work for Cecil either.
Exactly.
I 100% get that. But Cecil is trying to keep the entire planet. I'm not saying everybody needs to like just bow down and kowtow to Cecil. But Cecil is the one that's putting in the work to keep the planet safe.
Yeah.
Mark needs to he needs to put it in check. And he needs to go through the training. He needs to do whatever he can do to get better, stronger. He needs to stop pitching a fit. And listen, I get where he's coming from when that Dr. Sinclair, still alive, not in jail, building these undead mechs or whatever they're called. I get why he's pissed and frustrated about it. But here's the thing. If he really wanted to be a hero, if he really wanted to step up to the plate, he would shut up and be like, as much as I hate this guy and what you did to my friend and my friend's boyfriend, all that kind of shit, as much as I hate it, we need this shit to protect us from the Viltrumites because I can't do it by myself. He can barely take one by himself. If 3 were to show up, if 5 were to show up, if 20 of them were to show up.
So these robot mechs that he can trash with one punch is gonna change.
It's gonna have more of a difference because they can actually take it to Mark. When these undead mech things, when they start to pile up on them, they can actually do some damage.
Yeah.
So if he, and 100% he can take him out with one punch. He might, well, I don't know if he's holding back against them. We see how strong Oliver is when he kills the Maulers, but you're going to need every advantage you can get. And they're not all under Cecil's control. Like when they were under the earth with, Doc Seismic, there were some very powerful creatures down there. Yeah. Like you need to rally those guys, but they're not gonna be able to like get those guys on board if there is ever a Viltrumite invasion kind of thing. Mark is the only one that can handle a Viltrumite. Yeah. And it's barely. As far as we know, they're all stronger than he is.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm thinking when I look at this world, you guys are at war. You guys are on the brink of being invaded.
Yeah.
You need to rally all of your forces, do everything you can to be ready when that invasion happens. To me, Mark's living in this world of like this, and I'm not trying to take a shot at Marvel, but like this Marvel world, this like, like he's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man where he's going to go on an adventure and a romp, stop a bad guy, it's going to be over. Then he's going to go on another adventure and a romp and stop a bad guy.
Which is clearly not the case because
clearly not
shit
the case.
happens every time he gets into a conflict.
It's clearly not the case.
But my thing, okay, so if that, taking away that, all right, like as far as that goes, okay, he's using Dr. Sinclair to build the monsters.
Yes.
Fine, whatever. Mark overreacted.
Yes.
Do you come back and say, okay, I don't like it, but I'm still going to take orders from you. I'm still going to work for you. You tell me what to do. Fuck that. With the Guardians walking away, justified. Do you think it's right for the Guardians to walk away or stay there and be like, yeah, I don't trust the guy. He's putting chips in our heads and he's controlling us, but I'm still going to work for him because the greater good.
Yeah.
Now fuck that, man. I'm out.
Well, I wouldn't be on board with that. And as far as we know, he hasn't put a chip in anybody else's head.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
No one's tried to attack him yet.
Right. So yeah, we gotta, maybe if that happens, we'll see. Although I think we probably know that's not the case because, well, maybe we know it's not the case because if it was, the other heroes in that moment, they were fighting against Sinclair and his, robot zombies or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe he could have been like, activate the chip if they had a chip or whatever. But I think with Invincible, yeah, that was 100%. It was the dirty thing to do. 100%. It was not right. And from Mark's perspective, I get it that he wouldn't want to work with someone that did something like that to him. But in another way, he also justified his reasoning for doing it. The reason, like for Mark just to go full into attack mode, it kind of shows like, I need to have you on a leash because you are too dangerous. And you've proven, the world has seen that Viltrumites are too dangerous and you are a little bit unstable. And he proves that he is unstable.
Did you think he was really going to kill Cecil though and just to take over the government?
No. Take over the government. That's not even on the equation.
Like, I don't think he was ever going to kill Cecil.
Maybe,
at all. There was 100% chance he wasn't going to kill Cecil.
Yeah. And I think,
as who he is as a character.
Right. And I think we know that. And I think maybe on some level, Cecil probably knows that too. Probably. But the fact that he did put his hands on him, several times, that he has threatened to kill him, he's not reading his mind. He doesn't know. And he's called Mark out on his double standards where, I've got bad people working to save the earth. Your father is a bad guy and you've given him a pass. You haven't tried to, you didn't try to stop him or do whatever. You saw him in space and you didn't do anything about it, so to speak. I mean, there's only so much he could do. His father's stronger than him, but
yeah.
My whole thing is Cecil is trying to stop an invasion. And here's the truth, though.
I think Invincible also is, though. And Invincible,
how is he going to stop an invasion? He's one person.
He's going to fight on the side of good either way.
Right.
So just because I'm not taking orders from you doesn't mean I'm not going to help.
Sure.
So
yes,
I don't have to take orders from you. I don't have to work for you.
Right.
Because you're a piece of shit.
Okay.
I'm still going to fight and help with the world, but I'm not going to. You're not my boss.
Yeah.
Because you fucked with me.
And
you put a chip in my head, motherfucker. Right. I'm not going to work for you.
And the thing is, like, that whole chip thing probably never would have come into play if he had just, stayed in line a little bit more.
Let Cecil tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when Cecil was telling him what to do, he became faster, stronger, and more durable. All that happened under Cecil's watch.
Yeah.
And again, if there is this, this force that is coming to get you guys need to be rallied. And right now they're all scattered doing their own thing.
Yeah.
They're all, I'm going to pull a Robert Baratheon. They're all out there doing this, and this is coming for you. It's the way it is right now. If they want to be realistic with it, the Viltrumites would stop sending one or two people to Earth, it's a comic book.
Why do they care about Earth so much? There's millions of other planets.
Yeah, there's millions of other planets, right? So
they gotta conquer that one.
At this point, right? Yeah,
go somewhere else.
Unless it's a thing like they broke one of their own. They broke, Omni-Man kind of thing. So you don't want that on the record.
Oh, okay.
So I would send 5 or 6 and be done with it in like 2 or 3 days, because that's all it would take. And if realistically, if a few of them came to Earth, they would be screwed. Their best chance for fighting against a bunch of Viltrumites showing up is under Cecil's watch, is under Cecil's leadership. It's Cecil doing all the bad things that nobody else is willing to do or wants to do.
But can Cecil put Invincible through training without putting a chip in his head?
100% he could. Sure he could.
Now, because I don't know, because Cecil's only keeping him alive when he gets damaged, or keeping Eve alive when she gets damaged because of control. Like, that's it. If he didn't need Invincible or Eve, or if he didn't know that Eve was going to affect Invincible if she died, he wouldn't give a shit.
I think he would keep Eve alive because Eve's a hero. Or a superhero.
She's like powerful. Yeah. Now we know she's more powerful than she's given off.
Yeah, but even when she was with like Team or whatever, like if she showed up on Cecil's door, like needing medical attention, he's going to save her.
What I'm saying is if he didn't need them.
Like, she's like a normal person?
If like she lost her powers in that last fight, she's like, oh, well, let her die.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, Cecil,
100% Cecil's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm not taking orders from Cecil, no matter what. I'm done. I'm going to fight the war. I'm going to be there. I'm going to help. I'm going to protect the world, but I'm not working for you. And I think that's justified. I think it's very just. I think I'm 100% behind behind Guardians walking away. I'm 100% behind Mark walking away.
Right.
I agree.
I'm 100% behind him walking away too. I get it.
Throwing the tantrum, sure, that can be discussed. I can see your point of view from that.
Right. But a teenager breaks into the Pentagon and starts smashing millions of dollars worth of shit. Yeah, that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, true.
Because then
so does Cecil doing the shit that he's done. He needs to be discussed also. It can't just be like, Mark, you're 100% wrong. I'm 100% justified. You're wrong.
I agree.
Let me put a chip in your head. You know, it's not even.
Yeah.
And Cecil needs to know that his shit stinks too.
100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I never disagreed with Cecil being a piece of shit. But he is the piece of shit that is keeping the earth safe. He's the one that is, when the shit hits the fan, he's going to be the one. And if he's able to do what he needs to do with building these zombie mechs, bringing in this new Darkwing, which, you know, and again, the zombie mechs and the Darkwing saved all the heroes because they were all about to get fucking killed. Fucking Mark included. And then Cecil doing this is what saved them in the first place. You need to pump your brakes. You need to look at the bigger picture. You need to put your own ego and your own feelings to the side. Now I'm saying, do you need to like work under him or whatever, or allow him to put chips in your head? Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
But you do need to know we've got a bigger issue coming and we need to find a way to work this out. And it makes sense because he's a 19-year-old kid. Yeah. And that's what a 19-year-old kid would do. They would react with emotion, thinking that I'm right. That's part of being a teenager. So I get where he's coming from, but that does not change the fact that, sure, Mark is 100% right. Like I said, I never deny that he's not wrong for walking away from that. Of course, from his perspective, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Looking back on all of this, the one that is doing everything to keep the earth safe ultimately is Cecil, in my opinion.